Welcome to the Underground, my little underground with Peter A.
Kelly Moonstone is back on My Little Underground to talk about her brand new album, New Moon. And I recently got to see her at Baker's Falls in New York City. And during her set, she did a Erykah Badu a cappella, and the performance was so human. It was tremendous, and I'll explain what I mean in this episode if you keep listening. And we also talked about the success Kelly is seeing on streaming, her love of anime, and so much more. So please help me welcome back to My Little Underground, third time's a charm, Kelly Moonstone.
My little underground.
Well, Kelly, I want to give you some congratulations again, on your new album, New Moon. It's tremendous. You should be very proud. It's a great body of work.
Thank you.
I had the pleasure of seeing you live, and the one thing I noticed that I loved that stood out from your set with your acapellas, right? But you did one specific one that I didn't know because I knew the Frank Sinatra song. What was that acapella that you did that you didn't remember the words or?
Oh, that was a song by Erykah Badu called Afro.
Oh, okay. What album
Pretty
is that
sure
on?
that's the name of it. I think it's from Baduism.
Oh,
Let
okay.
me see. Yeah, it's called Afro.
Oh, got you. Okay, that makes total sense. But the one thing that was interesting about it is that it was so human because even though you made a mistake for lack of a better term, but it was I love seeing that because we live in an age of AI and all that stuff. But seeing like an artist, because I've seen so many artists, that are super famous screw up their songs, and I love
Mhm.
it. I appreciate that because we're all not perfect, and that's what makes great art. It's not perfect, right?
Yeah.
So do you plan on doing a tour at all for New Moon or just in general?
I would like to. I would need to be booked for some stuff first. So I guess we're just kind of navigating, bookings and seeing what people have to offer and, the types of platforms I could go on to maybe like assist with like getting my face out there, seeing what cities, looking at like the analytics, seeing what cities are listening to my music, and then maybe we can, figure something out from there. But it's a slow burn, but it's all part of the process. So hopefully, ideally, I would like to open on somebody else's tour. Um, I'm not sure what that would look like for me right now, but it's definitely a goal. Because the last tour I was on was Navy Blues. And I would like to get back on the road soon. But these things come in due time. So
Just like kind of speaking this into existence, right? Like a Kelly Moonstone headlining show. What
mhm.
what would that look like for you? Like who would you want to rock with you?
Like as openers.
Or yeah, or in any shape or form. The perfect DJ, the perfect if you have a host or an MC or anything.
Um, I I don't know. Hmm. I would just love to travel and do shows with more women, and femmes. So I would love to tour with maybe Sally Mata,
Okay.
because I love Sally so much. And I also would love to do shows with Air, Jay Words and Masai.
Yeah.
Um, and I think it would be really cool to even do stuff with like Kia, um, or and I don't know, maybe have you ever heard of DJ Foxy Nora?
No.
Well, I believe she also well, she's not a DJ, but she DJs.
Okay.
Um, so Foxy Nora.
Yeah.
And she's just a wonderful human being. She spins, she produces. I believe she produced from Makami as well.
Whoa.
Um on I think either Pray for Haiti or Rich Ass Haitian, one of the two. Um And I would love to have her, spinning for me. Um, just bringing in as many women and femmes into the fold as possible. Just like girl power.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'd love to see that. That'll
I
be
feel like the scene and like everything is just so boy dominated. Like even my album has so many like when I was getting close to the end of creating it, I was like, there's so many guys on here. And that's
yeah.
not, of course it's not a dig at them. Like I love every person that was on my album, but I'm just like, damn, next time around, I want to incorporate more women because I make music for the girls. I just
Yeah.
happen to know a lot of rapping niggas. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like as a guy, when I hear music that women make that's speaking directly at women, I
Mhm.
absolutely love it. Like, I don't care if you're not talking to me, but the
Yeah.
music is the music speaks for itself, and that can be universal, even if you're not directly talking to one part of the population or what have you. But with New Moon, are you thinking about any physical releases? Because there's a lot of other, artists on the underground that, they have a lot of physicals and some of them do very well, or some not, but who knows? But I've seen a lot of vinyl or cassettes go quickly to artists that, it doesn't matter what their audience is. Like these things, they move so fast.
Yeah. I would love to have a vinyl of my album. And I am once again, that's another thing that is very costly to make if you don't have like a vinyl deal specifically because a lot of
Yeah.
the artists that you see consistently putting out vinyls, they have vinyl deals with
Yeah.
vinyl record companies. Um, and I don't have one of those. So it's a little different for me to manufacture vinyls. Um, I want to. It's almost the same thing as like the show issue, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to do shows, I want to have vinyls. I just have to see the demand for them and then
Right.
I will be able to, justify the spend. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, generally speaking, like for yourself, like, how do you consume music now?
um honestly, I have just been I really enjoy just I have Apple Music, so sometimes like I'll play a song and then I'll make a radio station for it and I'll just like it's like shuffle but with songs that you don't have in your library.
Right.
And I just listen to a lot of random stuff. I listen to a lot of like Brazilian jazz. Um I don't know what they're saying in majority of the music, but
Right.
I do love the melodies and the instrumentation and the voices and I love Portuguese, so I just love listening to
Yeah.
it. I love listening to the language, and then like, I love just regular jazz music as well.
Yeah.
Um, I love neo soul. I tend to fall into the loop of listening to the same songs like comfort music. So I'm a sucker for nostalgia. I will listen to the same Erykah Badu album 400 times. Um, but yeah, I don't know, I've just been enjoying I kind of let the music take me wherever it wants to. I try to keep up with my friends' releases though. And I do try to earnestly sit down and absorb my friends' music when it comes out. Um and yeah, if something strikes me and I want to hear something, then I'll listen to it. But I don't really jump to listen to new music. It's I guess it's a bad habit because I want to get into, the new releases I just feel like I don't have the attention span all the time.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna listen to a new album, I really want to sit with it and like go on the journey that the artist painstakingly put together, because that's
Yeah.
how I would want somebody to absorb my music. I don't want somebody to listen to it just because it's new and just because it's out today. Like, of course, go listen to it if you want to listen to it today, but like listen to it when you're ready to really hear it.
Right. Right.
I don't fault anybody for that. So,
Well, I'm honestly like in a similar in a similar boat, like because I'm very careful about what I give my attention to. And
Mm-hmm.
if a new release comes out that I'm really anticipating, I'm gonna try to spend as much time with it as possible. I was looking forward to New Moon, and I spent a good amount of time listening to it because I was anticipating it. Like, I'm not just gonna flood, just listen to everything and everywhere all
Right.
at once at the same time because
Right.
again, you're not gonna you're not gonna retain it, and it's not fair
Yeah.
to you, and it's exhausting.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. And honestly, you could if you listen to like Mama's Gun or Baduizm so many times, you may pick up something new that you might have missed the
Yeah.
10,000 times you
Hmm.
might have heard the album, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. When we're talking about the success and growth happening on this album, like with IKEA especially, initially when it came out, you said there was 4,000 streams and then it jumped like a crazy number to 10,000. And as of
Hmm.
right now, like, is it at 70K? Has it grown significantly since then?
I'm pretty sure it's, let me look on Spotify artists right now. Uh, I think it's about at 150 something thousand streams, IKEA.
Whoa. Is that like the
Yeah.
most streams you've ever gotten or
Yeah, definitely.
really?
Yep.
Wow. Now, what's interesting with like Spotify's analytics is that just Spotify or is that like all
That's just Spotify.
encompassing?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm really curious to see like how you do on like Tidal or or
Hmm.
YouTube
Yeah, I
Music.
don't have all the analytics for all of them, but I do have Spotify for artists. And that, I think that when the song first took off,
Yeah.
it was blowing up on Spotify for sure. It was like the
Yeah.
algorithmic playlist kind of just like boosted it, maybe, I guess. I don't really know how all of it works, but um, I'm just glad that people liked it and decided to listen to it and save it and play it, and
Yeah.
I'm just grateful.
Why do you think that song was as successful as it is?
Um, I think it is just a feel good song. I think there's there's just a certain bubbliness to it. I want to say that's like the happiest song on the album. Like, it's very feel good, it's very
Yep.
warm, it's very like, and it I guess it just brings a smile to you. It makes you want to feel positive, have a positive outlook. At least that's how it feels for me.
Right.
And I think that kind of positivity can be kind of infectious sometimes,
Yeah.
kind of like Pharrell and Happy, even though I know when he made that song, it was like a satirical kind of like, I don't think he was actually really happy when he made that song. I think it was like a kind of ironic thing, but because it's so bubbly, it just like caught on like wildfire. So I feel like
Yeah.
it's kind of that effect.
150,000 or some odd streams for IKEA on Spotify alone, right? Doesn't that make you think that, oh, maybe if you did do physical music, whatever it is, CDs, cassettes, records, or any kind of merch, t-shirts, do you think that there's like a correlation? Like you may be able to move a lot of that stuff given the fact that you're able to get all these streams.
Um, I feel like I could probably move things. I'm not saying I can't, but I don't think that streams automatically equal sales,
Right.
you know, because you can, as long as you pay a monthly fee, you can stream the same song an unlimited amount of times, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um but you have to really be a fan of somebody to want to pull out your credit card and buy a vinyl, buy a t-shirt, wear something with this person's name on it or their face or whatever. So I don't think it automatically translates. Just like it doesn't automatically translate to ticket sales. Like, it's just, you got to grow your audience, your specific fan base. That's why collecting things like emails are so important, because you can use that information to reach out directly to the people that actually care about what you have to say.
Right.
And then those are the people that are more likely to buy your shit because you're interacting with them and you're like making them feel special and you're including them and updating them, and they care. So you got to
Yeah.
find that market of people that actually care and don't just think that you have a catchy song.
Like coming off the show last week at Baker's Falls, do you feel like you see where your fans are? Do you feel like you have a good instinct of like, okay, my fans are here and they're coming out?
Yeah, I think I'm starting to see it more. Um, I want to do more live shows. And I want to do shows in those cities where I feel like I have a lot of streams. I realize I have a pretty solid fan base in London. Um, and I think Los Angeles
Yeah.
and Chicago. Um, so I want to get outside more. I want to meet people. I think my expertise lies in my live show. I love to perform live. I love to shake hands and kiss babies and do the whole, hello, who are you? Nice to meet you thing.
Yeah.
Um, and that was one of the things I really enjoyed on tour was meeting new people. So I think um, now that I'm comfortable in my live show and I can get up there and do a set like the back of my hand, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing where I can take it and where I can go and who I can, perform in front of. Um and then also like the platforms where I can do like, recording like unplugged sessions or like live like, you know, band things or like acoustic performances. I feel like that would also probably be really helpful. So everything's just a work in progress, but I think that more things will come as time continues to pass. So,
Talking about like streaming and all this other stuff, um, have you been seeing, or does it mean anything to you, like a lot of the discourse surrounding Spotify right now? Like a lot of artists are, well, not a lot. Well, there's a handful that I've seen that are pulling their stuff off of Spotify because of Spotify's investments in, military tech and what have you. The royalty rate is like disgustingly low, fractions of a penny.
yeah.
Does that all that stuff mean anything to you?
I mean, of course, I don't think that we're compensated fairly for streams as artists. A fraction of a penny per stream is ridiculous, and the money that these companies take and where they invest it can be absolutely catastrophic. Depending on how it's used. And I I definitely don't agree with some of the policies that are being put in place by these major corporations, but I feel like right now is such a critical time in my career that unfortunately I am reliant on these services to spread awareness about my music. Um, so I feel like me and a lot of other artists are kind of caught in the same, web of like moral, moral what's the word I'm looking for?
Moral
Like
compass?
yeah, you're like your moral compass and then your moral compass and your integrity and then your accessibility to your fans,
Yeah.
you know? Because a lot of people, more people than I even thought, use Spotify.
Yeah.
Especially like students and like people that like can't really afford to pay for like I don't know, maybe like Tidal who pays more to the artist. um it's some people split a family plan, and they only pay a few dollars a month for an unlimited library of music. I mean, when you I don't know, they just make it so hard to like divest. And then some people don't have the $10 to buy an album on Bandcamp or whatever. Like,
Right.
buying music is a luxury. If we're being, it's an extracurricular activity, it's not a basic necessity. So people are always going to try to find the cheapest way to absorb it. That's why we used to download music for free off LimeWire. I mean,
100%.
so
Yeah.
I don't fault anybody for just trying to get the little piece of enjoyment where they can. Um, but it is hard. and I want to be accessible to the people that listen to me. I don't want to have to limit how you can access me, especially now when I'm trying to be widely accessed. So it's
Yeah.
like
Right.
it's a conundrum for sure. One that I'm still navigating.
Yeah, yeah, it's complicated because, when you live in a capitalistic society, you have to pick and choose the billionaires you want to associate with.
Yep.
It's very hard. If you want to sit down and like really think about, okay, Apple does this, Spotify does that, Microsoft does this, and it's just like you just go
We would
crazy.
have nothing. Like I wouldn't even be able to talk to you on my laptop right now. I wouldn't be able to send a text message on my phone. I wouldn't have been able to finish my album. Like
Uh-huh.
it's just a double-edged sword no matter how you slice it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So do you also correlate your growth to some of the platforms that you've been on, like on the radar, and Peter Rosenberg featured you on his show. Do you have aspirations for like a to do a Clue freestyle or a Flex freestyle or a LA Leakers thing? Do you think about these
Um,
kind of things?
I'm not really like a super like I want to get up there and spit some shit off the dome. Like I'm not that type of person. I really do like to write my music and my lyrics.
Yeah,
I It would be cool to be platformed. But I'm not like chasing those types of platforms specifically at least. I
right.
would love to do like a tiny desk. I would love to do like a colors episode. I would love to do um like a red couch. I think it's called the red couch platform or something like that. I've seen it, but I don't remember the name exactly.
Okay.
But like, just any like I said, like unplugged, like live band, or just like something more intimate, something that fits more with my brand. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I'm not gonna go on Sway in the morning and do Five Fingers of Death. Like, does that look like me? It doesn't, to me at least. But I whatever God sees fit to place me is where I will go.
Yeah, Tiny Desk and Colors is I definitely see you on those. Yeah.
Me too.
Because your show is very intimate, right? There's not a
Hmm.
lot. It's really just artistry. You had your DJ up
Yeah.
there who knew your set list, and you just kept going. You just performed and you did what was natural to you, and it was
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Thank you.
So anime was a huge centerpiece and huge focal point for New Moon. Which
Hmm.
which anime or what do you watch, or which manga do you read a lot?
I really love One Piece. I'm not caught up with it right now, but it
Okay.
is my favorite anime of all time. Um, I I've been watching I really watch a lot of random stuff. I just go on my website and I sometimes I don't even like look at the context of the show before I press play. I just click on a random title.
Yeah.
I've really been enjoying I think it's called Gachia Kuta. And it's about this boy who like there's a world where like everybody's like super prim and perfect and wears all white, and they discard of things that aren't aesthetically beautiful, and then when they discard it, it goes into like this other side of the world that's like
Yeah.
the slums. It's very dirty. Like they look down on people that live there. Um and basically like there's a whole he and when people like commit crimes, they get sent down to the slums. Basically a lot of them die, but for some reason he gets dropped down there and he survives, and then he has to like fight his way back to find the person that like killed his dad. Like it's a whole thing. So I've been watching that. I've also been watching Clevites. I don't remember how to say the name. It's about this monster who is like they basically want to kill the leader of the monsters. And they sent like 13 heroes to go kill this guy because they have like these sacred weapons. And well, it's not a guy, it's like a wolf monster.
Yeah.
And they basically like go into it super overconfident, like, yeah, we're gonna just slay the monster, and he like kills the shit out of all of them off rip. And then he goes and finds the city that sent the heroes to destroy him, and he's like, why are y'all trying to kill us? And he ends up killing the king. He destroys the city, and then like while he's leaving, there's this baby that is still alive in the rubble, and the person holding the baby like begs him like, oh, please raise this child, whatever, whatever. And he brings back to life the only female hero out of the 13 to help him like raise and protect the baby, because he's like curious about humanity, like he just wants to learn about why humanity acts like that. And it's basically them trying to like keep the baby safe and like develop the story about the world, and it's really cool. So I've been watching stuff like that, and I watch a lot of isekai. Like I got reincarnated into the world and I got a power, and now I'm trying to be the strongest, whatever, or the richest, whatever. Like there's so many different types of animes with very unique storylines. So I just Russian roulette it a lot of the time. So
Where do you watch anime? Do you have a Crunchyroll account?
no,
Okay.
I I will send you the link to the website that I use.
Oh, okay.
But I'm pretty sure it's not.
You don't need to say anymore. I know exactly where you're going.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I'm not the huge anime person, but there's been a good amount that I've seen over the years. Dragon Ball Z. I watched a
Mhm.
little bit of Sailor Moon, a little Inuyasha. I don't understand it yet. I may have to. I've tried to watch Inuyasha so many times over the years to really try to get it, but I just
Yeah,
fall off.
Inuyasha, is probably one of the first animes I ever saw as like a kid.
Yeah.
I think that I like it. I just think that the romance aspect, like it's too much of the same, like the same gag over and over. Like they're always fighting, and it's like a lot of the same argument. So like I
Uh,
feel like that gets kind of tiring to the audience sometimes, like if you're not really there for the romance aspect. Um, but it's a cute show. I like the way it uh I like the way Inuyasha and Kagome kind of grew up a little bit, like as the show progressed. There
yeah.
are some aspects of it that I don't like, and I don't like the spin-off because um there's like there's like part of the plot is like unethical.
Okay.
Um and it's like a relationship between two characters that shouldn't be a thing. And in the spin-off they end up having like a kid, and it's just like eh, you
Uh,
know.
okay.
So that's another thing. Like if you look at like canonically some of the facts in some of the anime storylines, it's very questionable. Certain themes are very popular in anime that I don't like. Like they'll have a lot of tropes. Like some animes have like a brother sister thing going on. Yeah,
Whoa.
it's very odd. And there'll be like a bunch of random subplots in animes that kind of just ruin it, because it's like, why do we have to take it there? Like a lot of fan service. So a lot of times most people just kind of like tune those things out when they watch certain shows, but sometimes if it's too much, I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna keep watching this.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause that could definitely ruin a show. But I think for Inuyasha, I love Inuyasha. I think the characters are just kind of annoying. um,
Okay,
and
got
that
it.
would make it hard to sit through however many tens of dozens of episodes.
Yeah. What
So,
about, have you seen Yu Yu Hakusho?
I like Yu Yu Hakusho. I took a while to get into it, but it had a
Yeah.
decent storyline. I don't think it's my favorite out of the classic animes,
Yeah.
but it was solid. Like I don't have an issue with it. It
Yeah.
just was like, okay, cool. you know, like I
Yeah.
watched it. I know what it's about now. I understand the reference.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was cool. Like I rewatched it a couple of years ago. I think I finished season two, but I just didn't pick back up into it. But
Mhm.
yeah, it was definitely a little surreal. It's but a lot of anime that I've seen. I remember like years ago, I'd watched Naruto with my brothers, but admittedly, I'm not the biggest Naruto fan. I fell asleep for like an hour, and
Mhm.
so many things happened that I completely missed. I'm like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
I nodded off for like an hour and I missed the whole what happened here. But
Mhm.
yeah. Um, but it was really cool to see like how you had like a loose, relatively loose narrative that had it was very anime centric, and it was really cool to hear that. It was very theatrical. I really appreciated that. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, what are the next steps in the growth of Kelly Moonstone, be it artistically or personally?
Um, right now, I just want to extend the life of this album as much as possible.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm really focused on. I want to do more shows. I want to travel. I want to shoot videos. I want to just keep pushing this music that I have the utmost faith in, because I feel like more people need to hear it. It's doing really well and I'm grateful, but I can always, do better.
Yeah.
There's always room for improvement. There's always another opportunity that can strike at any moment. And I'm just trying to make sure I'm ready as possible so that when these things come to me, I am prepared and I am ready to jump on it and say yes. Um, so yeah, like I said, everything in due time. Some things are a slow burn. Not everything is going to be a super overnight, super fast success.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm grateful for where I'm at. I'm grateful for my current position, and I just want to continue to head on an upward, trajectory.
Yep.
So,
To the moon and beyond.
exactly.
Yep. All right, Kelly, thank you so much for coming on My Little Underground once again. If you have anything to plug, now's the time for you.
Okay, well, everybody can follow me on all the things at Kelly Moonstone. That's Kelly Moonstone. I have an album out now called New Moon. It's available streaming everywhere on all the platforms. Um, and yeah, there's so many good things coming. So just follow me and stay updated that way.
All right. Thank you so much, Kelly. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
My Little Underground.